Welcome to Weedsday Wednesday, Tucson, Arizona's #1 online radio podcast about all things medical cannabis. Your host, Belle
and the Cannabis Kid. Our show features news, interviews, and all the latest information about anything and everything medical cannabis related in Tucson, Arizona, and the world at large.
We'd love to hear from you. Please give us a call live at 646-915-8421. You can like us on
With the lowest price certifications in town, you'll find hemp products, accessories, and all things related to medical cannabis education.
Visit Tumbleweeds Health Center at 4826 East Broadway Boulevard or online at tumbleweedshealthcenter.com. And remember,
Be smart
be safe
and educate.
All right, welcome to Weedsday Wednesday, everybody. Woohoo! How is everybody doing today? I'm pretty excited. We have guests today. Yay! We have the folks of MJBiz coming on to talk about the conference coming up in December. Might seem like a long time away, but it's right around the corner. Oh, and guess what? I know you all want to know this. How many days until Christmas? 106 days until Christmas, 107 until it's over. Speaking of December, I know we're so silly around here, but you know, after over 13 years of doing this, you gotta make stuff up. That's for my bestie though. It's September 10th, and her favorite holiday is December. And her dad and I December. Her holiday is December. Her holiday is Christmas. She loves it. And her dad and I always, you know, we're like the Scrooges and the Grumps and the Grouches, and we're like, Rrr. So that's why we always counted the day until it was over, which is a fun thing. Anywho, welcome to Weedsday Wednesday. Belle here. Cannabis Kids in the Universe Somewhere. So a Silver Sister. Like I said, we're excited. We've got the MJBiz folks on today. And we're going to get to them in just a few minutes. But for now, we want to give a shout out to Tumbleweeds Health Center and the Good Leaf at 6224 East Speedway Boulevard. Come on down, get certified. Come and get some groovy hemp and CBD products. We are not a dispensary, so you don't have to, you don't even have to have a card now anyway. It's recreational here, so that was pulling some old school stuff out. But we're not a dispensary, so come on down and check us out. But if you want to get your medical marijuana card, we offer that. Plus, if you don't want to come in, we can also, we offer telemedicine. Sorry, I'm a little distracted trying to get everything set up here. We offer telemedicine. And if you want to know what you can get certified for, I'll read this list off pretty quickly. Where is it? Get on over to tumbleweedshealthcenter.com and check out the certification section. If you have one of these chronic conditions, or even if you don't, but something you are being treated for is causing one of these conditions, you can get your medical cannabis card. PTSD, you have to bring in your own records for that. Sorry, folks, that's just something the state of Arizona's health department requires, not us. The health department requires that. Cancer, glaucoma, AIDS, chronic pain covers a whole host of conditions from migraines, fibromyalgia, arthritis, leg cramps, muscle cramps, menstrual cramps, all the aches and pains, but it has to be over 60 days old. That's the state of Arizona Health Department's rules. Chronic to them means 60 days. Severe nausea, seizures including epilepsy, HIV, Hep C, ALS, Crohn's disease, agitation of Alzheimer's, dementia, and all the Alzheimer's disease in between, cachexia, wasting syndrome, severe and persistent muscle spasms, including multiple sclerosis. Like I said, you're also eligible for a medical cannabis card. Even if you don't hear your condition I'm getting notifications. Yes, even if you don't hear your condition, but let's say you're getting treated for Parkinson's or autism or Tourette's or dementia, something, and it's causing like wasting syndrome or chronic pain or headaches or seizures or shakes, shimmers.
Physician, medical cannabis may help relieve your symptoms. Tumbleweeds Health Center is Arizona's premier cannabis certification, health, and education center. Our primary focus is to help the patients of Arizona obtain their medical marijuana card and educate everyone about Arizona medical marijuana card.
Are chronic conditions holding you back from a happy, healthy life? Get on the right track with Tumbleweeds Health Center. Our CBD products are formulated to fit your health lifestyle.
I would definitely say that CBD has changed my life. I mean, I don't worry about my dog anymore, and I don't worry about sleeping anymore.
Tumbleweeds Health Center, voted #1 health center in Tucson, has created a proprietary number of CBD blends, each designed to promote health and well-being. Let Tumbleweeds Health Center show you how CBD products might help you improve your life the natural way.
Oh, there's going to be another thing going. I knew it. No puffing. Even though we love that, that's our favorite. Sorry about that, kids. It happens. I don't know how to work this system. All right. Well, I say we get on to our interview and we chat with Emily and Harrison and from MJBiz. And let me see if I can get this going right in our Zoom session. Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if we can ask to unmute. Okay, there we go. We're going to unmute our folks here and let's see if they can hear us. Harrison, can you hear me? Oh, Emily, can you hear me now?
I can.
All right. Welcome, guys, to the show. I appreciate you being here very much. I usually don't do video. It's kind of, it's, where is it? Right here. I'll just, let's see here. How do I do this? And I'm no good at this kind of stuff here. So, oh, here we go. Anyway, I'll just say hi real quick so we can all see each other. Well, welcome to the show. Let me see if I can get your volume up a little bit here. And I'm not sure why you're not coming through the radio here. All right. Well, I'm going to cover that back up just so you don't see my morning face here. And you guys look fantastic. And without further ado, let's get some introductions. It doesn't matter if we start with Emily or Harrison. Tell us a little bit about who you folks are, how you got into cannabis, and what's going on with this convention coming up. It's very exciting.
Yeah, of course. I'll turn it over to Harrison and let him start.
All right.
Yeah. Well, great to meet you. And what's your first?
We go with Belle Star.
Belle Star. All right. Harrison Rady, Vice President of Sales and Partnerships. We are the largest cannabis trade show on the globe. Anything from seed to sales. So we have literally seeds to every step of the process, all the way till retail. The show's in Las Vegas. This year it's December 2nd through the 5th at the Las Vegas Convention Center. And what else is there to say? That's in a nutshell. We're growing. We're about 14 years in the making, and we have a lot of really cool activations and new partnerships and a lot of really cool things in store for a lot of the exhibitors and attendees that have been loyal to us for years and years.
Harrison, how did you get into all this? I know this is kind of like, the craze and the phase for everybody to get into now. We've also been in business. It'll be 14 years November that Tumbleweeds Health Center has been in business. So it sounds like we've got in it kind of at the same time. And tell us how you got into this, if it were through a medical situation, or did you just like to get high when you were a kid?
Yeah, it's mainly high when I was a kid.
All right.
I'd say maybe I was an avid smoker in college. The way I got into it really was I have a long history of trade shows, but also trade shows that are centered around culture and a vibe and community. I did 10 years with an association, the largest music trade shows. So that was bringing, instead of seeing maybe Cheech and Chong or Snoop Dogg or Mike Tyson walk the show floor, it was John Mayer or Eddie Vedder. So
Cool.
there's a lot of culture and a lot of, making sure everybody has a place and is welcome, and helping celebrate and build an industry that's based on a lot of, there's a lot of passion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you kind of have to have a lot of passion in this industry because it's not for the weak.
Not for the weak, especially the last few years.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's totally true. Times are changing. Emily, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got here and how you got on board with cannabis.
Yeah, so my name is Emily Lewis. My official title is SVP of marketing and then brand leader. So anything and everything that happens at MJBiz essentially rolls up into my purview. And how I got into cannabis, similar to Harrison, I have a long history. I grew up in a family where it was not taboo. My dad's an old hippie and has the stories of the 60s and Woodstock and all that, the fun experiences. But really, I will tell you, my dad had cancer, and I also saw how the plant was medicine for him during that time. So that was really a pivotal moment in my life. But being really honest, I stumbled into working in cannabis. I've always been an advocate. It's always been something that has been talked about or accepted within, my family, my friends, my social circle. And living in California for 23 years, I remember moving here when I was 20 and getting my medical card, and, it was not taboo. It was the normal everyday. But similar to Harrison, I come from a background of working either in-house with brands or on the trade show scene. And so I've been in events, both consumer and B2B, or worked in-house with brands like Nike up in Portland for a little while. And I think what really excited me about this opportunity is similar to Harrison. I tend to really go after those opportunities where there's an opportunity to grow and build and foundationally make a difference with the community, and just something that I'm passionate about. At the end of the day, I want to love coming to work every day, and I want to talk about something that, we like to talk about. So yeah. It was a perfect mix. I've been with Emerald for several years, so it was a natural progression when Emerald acquired MJBiz. And foundationally, to both of your points, the past 3 or 4 years have been tough in the industry, and I'm the type of person who tends to see the tough spots and the hurdles as an opportunity. And so I raised my hand and, made my voice heard that I wanted to be on MJ and move from a different portfolio. I was on a different portfolio at Emerald, and I was lucky enough to get the role. So
from shoes to marijuana, Nike, Adidas to, doing this, like right? That's a big switch. Yeah. Although
I spent about 20 plus years in apparel and, what people call the fashion industry, which is,
that's hard
enough. There's some
similarities. And it's the same slogan, just do it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But funny enough, there's some similarities to fashion and cannabis. Fashion is a very misunderstood industry. And I think that, most people think fashion is very frivolous, but it is a multi-billion-dollar business.
It's cutthroat.
And it's very cutthroat.
Vicious. Yeah.
Yes. It's not for the faint of heart. And that's, that's what I'm finding about cannabis. Not so much cutthroat, although it is really hard. But I'm finding, just the misunderstanding of the industry and the community and the passion behind it. So definitely some similarities, but yeah, to Harrison's point, like at the end of the day, like let's just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Our motto, let's just do the thing.
Well, and there are so many, like, Harrison, you came to it because, or through it, from it, having fun as a kid, experimenting with life. That's kind of how I got into it at first, but I didn't start smoking until I was like 20 years old, almost 21. Actually, I was kind of like, little goody two shoe kind of thing. And then I did it and I was like, oh, this is really great. And then I realized that it helped me focus. It calmed me down. it did a lot of things for me other than just, being able to play chess for 4 hours and winning, Um,
And that's
yeah.
a hard game.
that is a hard game. And to play for, to be that focused for that long, I was like, what's the difference here? Oh, okay. I get it. Now like I said, we started a long time ago. So we've been to some of these conferences in Phoenix. We're in Tucson. So we've been to some of the Phoenix shows. Tucson doesn't have very many big events or things out here. It's mostly people go up to Phoenix to do that. These shows, these conferences are incredible. You have people from all over the world coming with a vast array of knowledge coming from all different areas, from growers to manufacturers to distributing to, the creative types that are making new bongs and new pipes and new vapes. And what is it that you like about these conferences, and what do you feel this conference does to connect and promote people in a positive way so that we can build this industry up in a good light? Because oftentimes, people are like, ooh, you're a stoner or whatever. And I always say stoners are smart. I mean,
Yeah.
hands down, stoners are smart. Look out.
Absolutely. And I think what sets us apart is we are truly the B2B trade show. And there's plenty of other shows that are more focused maybe on retail. We don't even allow consumption in the building. So we're not only the largest show, but it'll surprise you. So we actually talk to, if we're talking to whether it's Fortune 500 companies or new companies that are interested in doing the show, we strongly encourage them to come and see it, because it's not necessarily a smoke fest. We are getting business done, and it's where, a $700,000 joint rolling machine will be purchased on site. You'll see suits on site. We also, Emily and I are very into bringing back, the culture and the grassroots behind it. But we also, I think what sets us apart is our education. So now you can come and be very, no pun intended, green in the industry, and you can get all you need education-wise, product-wise, manufacturing, whichever avenue you're trying to enter into the industry. You can come to MJBiz Con and get educated and come home with working knowledge.
Yeah. And to clarify what Harrison said, we are in a building that's federally owned. And so these are the issues that, we and the entire industry, has to think about on a daily basis, not only from a federal level, but from a state to state, from a county, from a city perspective. There's so many nuances and layers to this industry. So the reason we don't have consumption is because we are in a federally owned building. Although we are adding an off-site consumption event at a fantastic dispensary this year called Nuwu.
I saw that.
Which is on tribal land, which is, again, the things that Harrison and I seek out are those people that have been in the industry, the people who this industry has been built on their backs at the end of the day, and we want to honor that. So Nuwu is a fantastic partner. So we do have a consumption side, and to Harrison's point earlier, we are everything from seed to sell. But to answer your question about why trade shows and why people should come to trade shows, as an avid lifelong learner, I always say, you could give me a college course, a growth course. People could come into my house and probably look at my bookshelf and be like, are you okay? Because of all the self-help and growth and mindset books that I have. I just think that is so important, especially in an industry that is maturing. We're out of the infancy stage. We're not quite into the adult stage. We're in that middle teenage growing period.
Yep, growing pains.
Yeah, and there's a lot of growing pains. So I think no matter whether you're the entry level, very green, interested in the industry, you're the mid-tier manager, you're the VP or the head of a department, or you're the CEO that's looking to acquire or invest, we structure this show in a way that there's something for everyone. And with industries like ours, that are in those growing periods, there's no better opportunity to give yourself or your company, but the ability to grow and learn and network and be in the community and have those real conversations and do real business on the floor, but also be part of community and culture. You get it all. And so for me, trade shows have always been a natural extension of that. And we all know there's some that don't.
Yeah.
We know there's some that do. Look, we all know that we don't always get it right. And that's what we'll say. Like, we're not here to say we always get it right. There's probably been years that we've done things really well and maybe years we haven't. But I think what you'll find is the community at MJBiz is the most diverse. There's something for everyone. And it's a really strong community that if you show up ready to meet people, ready to do business and be open, you will take something away from it that can help your business or your personal growth.
Oh, absolutely. And if anything, what you'll take away are new ideas. And that in and of itself can be the best reason to go, is because you'll walk in there and you'll see just thousands of people. And first of all, it's just like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. You want to go where there are like-minded people. You want to go where your friends are, and this is not an easy industry. So finding your friends and then finding 10,000 at once, all in one building, it's just like, oh my, you hit the lottery right there. But
and finding a safe space to have these conversations too, because again, sometimes Harrison and I are both in California, and sometimes I get in my California bubble, and then I go back home to Nashville, and I'm like, oh wow, like you guys really like taboo to have this conversation, or we can't talk about it, or we can't.
You gotta whisper.
Yeah, you gotta whisper.
Yeah.
Your previous conversation about, oh, I used to be the good girl. It's like, it still is taboo in a lot of places. So
yeah,
MJBiz is the safe space. To your point,
yep.
Walk in, be around people that know your name, have really in-depth conversations in a safe space.
Want to be that celebration and that end of your party that you need to be at, and not only for everything we've talked about with expanding your business, but also be that celebration with your community. And with every addition, every partnership, we're striving for that goal.
Yeah. Absolutely. And with 10,000 people, you can't help but not meet somebody that's going to work with you and help you out. It's absolutely incredible.
20,000.
Woo!
20,000 plus.
Yeah.
Over 20,000. But to your point, sometimes that can be overwhelming. So I always tell people, don't get overwhelmed by the number. Set your schedule, jump on our app, set your day.
Make sure you eat.
Make sure you eat, make sure you sit, make sure you hydrate.
Yeah.
Don't smoke much too early.
No.
Look at the schedule early.
Yeah. It's a huge schedule. And I love on the website, there's like a before and after picture of like you're probably your first event. There was like 10 people in the room. And then you look at the next picture and there's like, you can't even walk through there. That's great. So I've got some questions. On the website, there's a big announcement for August. What did we miss? Says there's a big announcement.
We just announced the MJ Bowl. So maybe that's what it was. We also just opened our hotel block, which as maybe unsexy of a conversation as that is on a podcast, our customers, like it's definitely they're eager to book their hotels and secure their spots. But probably the big announcement that we came out with in the last few weeks is MJ Bowl. And so to further explain what MJ Bowl is it is the first bi-coastal cannabis competition. So we are taking on California and New York. We chose those two on purpose. California obviously being a big giant, and with everything happening in New York and its growth trajectory. So we are going to honor 5 different categories. We are going to be awarding the winners at MJ. We're going to be announcing semifinalists before MJ. We're going to fly those winners out to MJ, have an award ceremony, and really, again, it's our effort to really talk about the product itself. And there is a consumer element to this, which is what we love, coming from other brands and other industries that really start to talk about consumer first. Again, we're in that growing stage in cannabis, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
But really talking about the consumer. And so our Buddhist, we're partnering with Buddhist, which if you don't know Buddhist, a fantastic company. They might not like this comparison, but I like to compare them to, they're kind of like the Yelp of cannabis, but in a much better elevated way. So it's a consumer platform, and all the platform is all about is rating and reviewing product. So that when you walk into a dispensary as a consumer, you can know what the reviews are on that product. You can see what people are saying that they bought, how it affected them, what the taste was, what the flavor was. So it's a fantastic app. I urge everyone to download it. The great thing about Buddhist is they have certified Buddhist on their platform, and most of them are ganjiers and have gone through the educational ganjier program, which is very intense and amazing for our industry. That's all product facing. So our Buddhists will be our judges, but then we're also going to open it up, and we're going to pick a winner in December. But then come January, February, March, we're going to have those winner kits at our retail partners, and the consumers can go and they can tell us if we got it right. Because we want to know, hey, we chose these semifinalists, we chose these winners. You guys go pick up the packets, you test it, and then you go on to Buddhist and tell us, do you think our Buddhists and our ganjiers got it right, or do you disagree? We want the consumers involved, and we want that active conversation.
Absolutely.
So this is our first ever product competition. It's called MJBiz. Submissions are open through October 3rd. So any brand out there can go submit their product. And then we will be announcing semifinalists come November, and then we'll be announcing the winner on site at MJBiz.
And where do they find a link to do that? Where should they go?
So they can find a link on our website, MJBizconference.com. Biz is with a Z. And they also can go to Buddhist, and that's with one D. Most people want to spell it like Buddha. I don't know why, but it's BUDIST.com. So they can go to either place for their submission, but there's all the information you need on our website as well if they're used to going to MJBiz.
Awesome. That's going to be super fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're
fun new project for us.
Yeah. You got to make it fun because at the end of the day, people love their weed. I mean, come on.
100%.
Yeah, they do. So speaking of loving weed, couple more questions. I'm not sure how much time we have left on here. It doesn't say. The THC ban that's happening right now around the country, how's that affecting things for you guys?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We are a national show, but we do dive into state by state. So we always start holistically at a high level nationally, especially with our conference programming, and we talk about the big topics nationally. And then we have things that happen on our expo floor, like our state meetups, that then we break it down into how is that affecting your state. So you're going to get everything at MJ. What I'll say about the THC conversations, there's always going to be, until we see rescheduling or even descheduling, these conversations are always going to happen. I mean, last year I remember sitting at MJ and hearing about Florida and Prop 3 that didn't pass. And that was, again, we were all really anticipating that was going to be a big move in our industry, and we didn't get the win. The odds were stacked in our favor, stacked against us. The odds were not in our favor with, I think it was something like a 67% approval rating or approval that was needed. We got close to that. But with the THC ban, look, we had a great conversation just the other day with some of our counterparts in Texas. And, they were talking about the efforts that they're putting together to fight some of these conversations. So I don't think the fight is far from over in this industry. And I think that what you're going to see with this is you're going to see more groups rally together to help the fight. And, the one thing I will say about this industry is we need less divide and we need more collaboration to get what we need to get done. So if anything, the way that I look at the negative news is, okay, great. This is what happened. We can't change that. This is what we know is coming down the pipeline. How do we gather together? How do we collaborate so that we then our voices can be heard as a bigger group, and maybe we can get some momentum and make some change. That's really all you can do.
That's all you can do. And to further Emily's discussion on state meetups, I have to give a shout out to our partners that are based in Arizona, out of, I believe, Scottsdale. META is an association that we're partnering with as well. If your audience doesn't know it, they should definitely check it out. Dimitri is a fantastic partner, and what he has helped us bring in is he works with the manufacturers in each state, so state to state. So he helps brands navigate expansion. So say you're manufacturing right now in California, you want to expand to, let's say, Arizona. He can help introduce, and this has happening on the trade show floor. He can help introduce brands to the best manufacturers in each state to help navigate that expansion and make sure they're doing it right and they're getting the quality, the best of the best manufacturers, whether that's gummies or flower or whatnot.
And helping people know those state by state regulations. So to bring it, back to THC, I think that's why conferences like MJ and conferences out there, other conferences or local meetups, Cannabis Chamber of Commerce events. I think that's why these things are so important right now, because if you are trying to operate even within your state, but especially across state lines, and you're trying to expand, you have to know those rules and regulations, and they change at the drop of a hat.
Yes, they do.
And that is the hardest part about this industry is you have to be abreast of the latest regulatory policies. And so someone like META, who has those individuals in each state, can really help. And then again, going to things like MJBiz or attending your local Cannabis Chamber of Commerce or your local organization or association in your state, it's crucial right now.
Yeah, you have to understand. Yeah, people need to be educated, and that's the hard part about all the states doing everything so differently. Is that people, when they travel, they think, oh, because I'm licensed here or I have a medical card here, it's fine here and there, and it isn't. And just even state to state, commerce and manufacturing.
And it's heartbreaking stories. Like every time we talk about, traveling from state to state and the regulations, I think what people don't understand, I have a really good friend whose son is 6 years old and was born with an untreatable brain cancer. He was born that way. They didn't think that he was going to make it past 4. The only thing that is saving his life right now is cannabis. That is it. And, we all have those stories, but I have, stories from her of, sitting on my couch and crying because, she got detained by TSA and got all of her medicine taken away because she was simply trying to take her kids to Disney World. And she didn't realize that a doctor's note, the legal prescriptions, she had all of the documentation that she would need to have her son's medicine come with her. But because she was entering a state where, things are different, she was detained by TSA and they, luckily she didn't, she didn't have to spend any time in jail or have a court case, but her medicine was detained. And guess what? Within 3 days, he went into a seizure.
Oh.
And it's stories like that. I mean, this is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Because we have to change those laws and regulations. And the only way to do that is together. And that is the one thing that, if I could stress anything, is we all have to get over our differences, whether it's the hemp people and the cannabis people or the beverage people and the alcohol people or the, high THC, low THC. We have to come together because there's a bigger purpose for this plant. And stories like that are just absolutely heartbreaking.
They are heartbreaking, and it's no one else's right to say what you can and can't do to treat your child or yourself. It's basic human right. You should be able to do what, especially if it's a plant. I mean, it's not like someone's shooting heroin. It's not like, I got some medical heroin, you're using a plant, and that's just a God-given right. So speaking of plants, tell us about the Indigenous Cannabis Village. Is that happening?
Kirsten, you want to take that one?
Absolutely. So we partnered with ICIA. They are the largest Indigenous Cannabis Association, and they expand throughout the United States, and they have a great core. everything they do is with good intentions, positive vibe. They're on Capitol Hill all the time, just fighting for rights. Everything that we've talked about today. We're helping to celebrate them at MJBiz Con this year. So we have a pavilion, and it's not just about having booths from reservations in our show. It's expanding their business and educating. There's a lot of really cool things happening. It's a ecosystem that's thriving that we're bringing into more of a mainstream. A lot of them are already there, but we're helping to celebrate that. So it's not only like the booth space there, we're going to be celebrating their elders. We are working with them in many capacities, even our opening day, all the way through New Woods, actually on tribal land too. So we're partnering with them. And then we're announcing soon a party to celebrate one of the nights as well. So great partnership with them. It's Mary Jane Oatman is helping us at that, and Rob Perro. So that's going to be a very exciting feature in the show in our cultivation area.
That's awesome.
It goes back to these tribal communities and businesses have been at MJ for years now, but it also goes back to bringing them together for one voice, one sound, a bigger impact.
Yeah.
And also allowing them the space to celebrate their culture and their history.
Absolutely. They should be able to do whatever they want to do on their land anyway, I mean, let's get back to roots.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to get in trouble, but come on now. So are there any new guest speakers that you guys are excited about that are going to be there?
Yeah, so we took a little bit different of a stance this year, and not that we always love the big wigs in the industry. We always love the celebrity, but one of the things that we really wanted to concentrate on this year, especially coming out of last year with Florida and this year with rescheduling, us going into January very hopeful, thinking rescheduling was, we were set for this to happen, and then that being canceled. We shifted focus pretty quickly into the conversation topics.
Nice.
And so that is really what I think you'll see this year on the stage is, again, trying to bring those divided together. So you'll see conversations, hemp and cannabis on the same stage, beverage and alcohol companies on the same stage. So we're really trying to have those maybe divisive conversations in an elevated and amicable way, so that we can bring more people together. So I think that's a theme that you're going to see this year, at the conference level. But I think also you're going to see, as we've expanded a few of our initiatives from last year, you're going to see more state takeovers and more regional focused conversations. And those conversations are happening on the expo floor, and our area is called the Hub. And what we do is we tap someone influential in that state. We really try to tap someone that is very knowledgeable about regulatory policy, businesses in the state, and they host a state takeover. And essentially, they create a panel, they create a meetup, they create topics of conversation and rally that state during that 45-minute hour period. So you're going to see more state takeovers this year, because last year we just simply put, we didn't have the space to have as many states as we have online now, and as many states as we wanted. So now I think you're going to see a more comprehensive regional conversation and topic. And then, in some of our pavilions, we have stages as well on the expo floor. I know Mita is going to do some podcasting and some good conversations. The Vault, which is our seeds and clone area, is going to really bring some, heavy hitter geneticists to their stage and their area. Indigenous Cannabis Village, they'll have their own conversations. And then we've also added ICBC and an international pavilion. So we're going to have a lot of deep dives into what's happening on an international landscape, because that's really exciting right now.
Oh yeah.
As well.
Sure. So we've got about 5 minutes left. So moving forward with the industry, with MJBiz Con, what kind of things do you look forward to for the future? What do you want to see happen? What are your goals?
Harrison, you want to?
Yeah, one thing I did want to maybe bring up, and we can, just because of our conversations earlier, is our partnership as well. I know this is off topic from you, but it might resonate with your audience, Bella. Is our Ganja program, and this partnership is to educate the bud tenders in dispensaries.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked earlier about, like, maybe there's some stigma and you didn't try until you were 20, but there's a lot of people who tried in their 20s who have there's even a stigma sense, and it's been intimidating, especially strains of cannabis have come such a long way. So we're partnering with Ganja to educate in the dispensary, on the dispensary level. So kind of that sommelier of having accreditations. So this helps people. I always bring it up to my mother-in-law, who maybe used to smoke and has taken some time off, but maybe intimidated to show up at a dispensary because she might get overloaded on the wrong strains.
Yeah.
This helps her be comfortable to come into a dispensary and get what she needs for more of a medical side. So she's able to get what she needs and not overdose.
And our bud tenders
Yeah.
are on the front line every day with our consumers. So educating not only them, but them all the way up to the CEO is crucial. And Ganja has been doing this for years and is a great partner. So yeah, Harrison, thanks for bringing that up, because that's definitely a partnership we've continued from last year. But I know we're short on time. My view for MJBiz in the future is we want to continue to commit ourselves to culture and community. You're going to see the MJBiz team showing up on a regional level wherever we live. We live all across the state with all across different states with our teams. And at the end of the day, the only thing that we are here to do is serve this community. And so every year it's about what does the community need, what's happening, what needs to be talked about. So that is really our North Star every single year. That's where we start. Come January, after December, we start looking at surveys and what are people telling us and what do they need and what is the community telling us and our advisors. So it is always to serve and give the community and this plant a voice so that we can, as a business, we can flourish and we can grow, because it is a business, and we want to drive revenue for these businesses and bring this thing into adulthood.
Yeah.
We gotta get out of the years.
And make sure everyone feels welcome, whether any aspect you are in the industry. We have a home for you, we have a place for you, we have a program.
Amen.
You're invited.
Yes.
And we can celebrate.
There's enough to share and there's enough to go around for everybody. We don't need greedy hands all over everything. Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much. Tell everybody where they can find you and where they can find information about the conference before we close up here.
Yeah, absolutely. Our website is MJBiz, again, biz with a Z, conference.com. And then we also have MJ Daily. So and I'm sure most people know that we have, a very credible and one of the #1 news outlets for the industry. So you can find that at MJBiz, again, with the Z, Daily. So MJBizconference.com and MJBizdaily.com is where you can find anything and everything about MJBiz. You can find me on LinkedIn, Emily Lewis. Look me up, connect with me at any time. I'm happy to connect. I will say I don't answer the LinkedIn emails as quickly as I probably should, but I'll eventually get around to it. But we can put some contact information out there for you guys if you ever want to get in touch with us.
And it's first name, last name at mjbiz.com. Harrison.radio.
Oh, there you go. Well, thanks again, guys, for taking time out of your busy schedule. Good luck and have a blast out there. It's coming, it's right around the corner. So have a good time, be safe, stay hydrated, and thank you for being with us. We really appreciate it. And maybe we'll see you at one of the conferences.
Yeah.
Sorry, thank you.
Thank you
All right. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. All righty. Let's see here. Hopefully this is still working. I don't even know if this is still going on. Oh, these silly shows. Something went wrong. Oh, that's with the chat. Maybe chat went wrong. Well, let's do this. Let's see if we can find out what's happening. And we'll find out what's wrong. There, you guys saw me for a minute. Don't tell anyone. And I've got a mosquito up my feet. But here we go. Favorite song.
I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a bite shop. This is fucking awesome.
Walk into my house like, what up? I got some good pot. I'm just pumped up, got some herb from the pot shop. Ice in the fridge, it used to be frosty. My friends like, damn, that's a stone ass donkey. Rolling in hella high, looking like it's people time. Dominating all my friends as I eat some chili fries. Draped in a snuggie with my girl sitting next to me. Probably should have had a big gulp full of iced tea. But shit, it was 99 cents. I'll be blazing and smoking, about to go and get some munchies, man. Passing up on those cracker jacks, Reese's Pieces of carrots. I gotta get me some soda pop. Cotton mouth has been creeping up, but can't remember where I put my keys. Yeah, that's what's up. I'ma take your grandpa's ride. No, for real, ask your grandpa, can I take a 65? To Bill cruising to my local Publix. Nothing better than rolling with two super fly chicks that have frozen burritos. I bought frozen burritos. I bought some Ben and Jerry's, and then I bought some Cheetos. Hello, my main man Obama. A couple states have just reformed their laws on marijuana. What you gonna do, send the feds there? Hell no, the DEAs would be like, they got volcano.
I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a bite shop. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a bite shop. This is fucking awesome.
What you know about the science of marijuana? What you know about people suffering from glaucoma? They need it, it helps them with their condition. If you don't believe me, then just ask some eye physicians. Thank your granddad for voting for that guy. Richard Nixon is the president who made the plant illegal. But science is now showing that it's medicine for people, and the private sector's fighting to keep all of that illegal. Alcohol and tobacco, pharmaceutical prisons. I think there's 4 major lobby groups to fight those motherfuckers. They're making money day and night, all those motherfuckers. And private Congress out of sight, all those motherfuckers. They be like, oh, it's immoral and unhealthy. I'm like, how many people are you making wealth? Anti-marijuana lobbies are making all kinds of profits, and they don't want you to stop because of all the special interest. I call that getting swindled and pinned. Shit, I call that getting tricked by the government. That law's hella old, so it's time to update it, regulate it, and then get it under state control. Peak game, look into my political telescope. Think it's gonna stay like this forever? Not hella won't. Not hella won't.
Hey, Obama, stop being a hypocrite. You used to smoke weed, fool.
I'm gonna smoke some weed. I got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a bite shop. This is fucking awesome. Let's end the war on drugs. It's time to pull the plug. These special interest groups are nothing more than corporate thugs. Let's end the war on weed. The people have agreed. These special interest groups that get these corporate rivalries. I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a bite shop. This is fucking awesome.
All right. Welcome back to Weedsday Wednesday, everybody. That was a great interview we had. I hope you could hear it. This YouTube thing saying something went wrong. I don't know what that means. Oh, it's not even. Let's see if we can keep it going here. Sorry, folks. It keeps saying something went wrong. All right. Well, it says we're still live, so we're going to go with that. But I think maybe it's the chat session that went wrong. So anyway, that was great to have MJBiz on with us. They've got the conference at December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, I believe it is, but you can check them out. And that's MJBiz with a Z. Z. All right. Well, I guess we could do a little bit of news since we got a few more minutes left here on the show. Hopefully it's still going. I could test that theory out. Let's see here. We're gonna test it out and see if we can't figure out if this is still going or not. Oh, technology, it's a little different these days. But you're listening to Weedsday Wednesday, live cannabis radio show. We've been on air a little over 13 years. Looks like we're still live, so I guess we're going to go with that. But there's no sound whatsoever. That's really bizarre. Let's see if we can hear some sound. That's really bizarre. Let's see. Okay, we got sound. So hopefully that went through. Hopefully the interview went through, and everyone got to hear that. But if you haven't been to one of those conferences, they're huge. They're just massive. Like Emily said, it's 20,000 people. It is intimidating. It's a lot of people, but it's a good thing to do. It's a good thing to go check out, especially if you're wanting to get into the business. Just go observe. Just bring a notebook, take some notes, and meet some people. Grab some business cards, and have some fun. And get introduced and get excited about the cannabis industry, because we're getting there. I mean, we are literally going on 14 years, and that's a long time to be in the business. But it still feels like cannabis is still just coming out of the gates. There's still a whole lot that needs to happen with scheduling and regulation and states rules and all that good stuff. So anywho, if you want to get your medical cannabis card in the great state of Arizona, just go to tumbleweedshealthcenter.com and check out the certification section. Let me go over there right now with y'all. I will read to you once again what you can get your medical cannabis card for, and there are some really good reasons to get your medical cannabis card in our state. So you can also carry guns if you have your medical cannabis card and your weed. You can, and you also get protection from landlords and your businesses, landlords and employers. You get protection from both of them. They can't just come in and take away your cannabis, and they can't just fire you because you actually use cannabis. Now, they might have policies about using cannabis at work, which you can't do. That's fine. But if you're using it before work, or you go on your lunch break and you eat an edible, that should be fine as well. That should be up to you. And then, your employees, so they can't just fire you. And then your landlords can't just kick you out. They may have a smoking policy you have to adhere to, but you should still be able to use your edibles when you're in your own home. All right. So these are the conditions you can get approved for a medical cannabis card. Even if you don't hear your condition, you can still get approved if the treatment that you're getting treated for is causing any one of these conditions: PTSD, cancer, glaucoma, AIDS, chronic pain, seizure, severe nauseas, epilepsy, HIV, Hep C, ALS, Crohn's disease, agitation of Alzheimer's, cachexia or wasting syndrome, severe and persistent muscle spasms, including multiple sclerosis. You're eligible for a medical cannabis card if you suffer from a chronic or debilitating disease or medical condition, or just a treatment for a chronic or debilitating disease or medical condition that causes any of the above conditions or more.
If you suffer from one of these medical conditions and have been diagnosed by an Arizona licensed physician, medical cannabis may help relieve your symptoms. Tumbleweeds Health Center is Arizona's premier cannabis certification, health, and education center. Our primary focus is to help the patients of Arizona obtain their medical marijuana card and educate everyone about medical cannabis. With current medical records, approval is a simple process. Contact Tumbleweeds Health Center to see if you qualify for your Arizona medical marijuana card.
Are chronic conditions holding you back from a happy, healthy life? Get on the right track with Tumbleweeds Health Center. Our CBD products are formulated to fit your health lifestyle.
I would definitely say that CBD has changed my life. I mean, I don't worry about my dog anymore, and I don't worry about sleeping anymore.
Tumbleweeds Health Center, voted #1 health center in Tucson, has created a proprietary number of CBD blends, each designed to promote health and well-being. Let Tumbleweeds Health Center show you how CBD products might help you improve your life the natural way.
Yep, give us a call, 520-838-4430. We are located inside the Good Leaf now at 6224 East Speedway Boulevard. So come on down. And you don't even have to come down. You can get certified via telemedicine. If you go to tumbleweedshealthcenter.com and you click the telemedicine link at the top there, a little section, there's a bright reddish wine colored button that says brick colored. There we go. It says fill out form here. So you click that and it's going to take you to a patient information intake form. It's not very long. Just fill it out, upload the documents that we're going to need to process your paperwork, because we do all the processing. We do everything. You meet with our doctor, then we take all your paperwork. We get your picture, we get your money for the state fee, and then we fax it on, or we email it, upload it, scan it, zoom it, kick it, send it. We send it by horse. We get it on over to the state, and then you get processed. And it only takes maybe 24 to 48 hours now. So get on over there and get on over to tumbleweedshealthcenter.com and get certified, folks. Thanks again to Emily and Harrison for joining us from MJBiz. And hopefully you guys, everyone can get out there to MJBizconference.com, and you can check out the conference in December. It's in Vegas, baby. Yeah. Vegas, baby. What happens in Vegas? Belle Star here. We'll get Cannabis Kid and Silver Sister back someday. Have a great day. Remember, as always, be smart, be safe, and educate. Weedsday Wednesday, folks. Tune in each and every week, 8 to 9 a.m. Mountain Time. That's Phoenix, Arizona time, folks. Remember, we love you, and we'll talk to you all next week. Have a great day.